Okay.
Let me tell you what that does. So I have this is SQL query for creating a database that I had written. I now
Yeah.
save it into
Mm.
.sql file. So the moment I come to open file and I click on that particular file that I have the query on, it populates my query, not a database, not a data set, sorry. So now let's take it again. If you want to, I'm saying now that I am assuming that you had already generated your data. You have a CSV file. Let's assume this is the table you created. You have a CSV file representing each of these tables. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What you will do is we are assuming that this is an empty table that we created without any data set inside. What is going on with this thing? Very close. Okay, without any data set inside. That's the assumption we have now. You see that there's nothing on my query too. I click on that table that I've created. Look at that. I click on customer and right click. That's understand. Right click. Do you see this drop down?
Yes.
Click on import or export data. It shows you your location. So you are supposed to know where you saved it. So let's assume I'm using this appointment.csv file. This appointment.csv file is in my download. So this is correct. But in cases where this pathway is not the correct way you have your file saved, you come here, you click on this, and you navigate to wherever your your file is saved. It could be in download, it could be in a file that a folder you've already created. You open it. Let's assume, okay, let me just use my appointment. You open it, you click on the file. The moment you click on the file, it's already open. It already populates it here to show you that this is the file that is going to. You can see the pathway is in my download, and this is the name of the file, and the .csv, that's the extension. It's already in CSV format. You could have it as binary, as text, but we are working with CSV. There's no need to put encoding. Leave it null. Just leave it empty, and you press OK, and it populates your data. Shikena.
Okay.
That's what you are doing. It's not hard. Me that gave you, I know what I gave you. It's not hard.
Okay. Why that thing is happening here? Like, let me tell you my thought process, right? So
And Mr. Dennis, you're taking my time. Sure, you know. You're supposed to use this class for Python class.
maybe I'll reach out to you on Slack on it, maybe after the class.
You know, it's supposed to be assignment. So I will think about replying you. I'm not assuring you that I will reply. I will think about it. Because you're supposed to make a research and do your assignment. Because now this is not a correction class. But okay, let me see. Let me not say I'll not answer, but let's see. Hopefully I'll be free when you reach out to me. I have another hand raised and I'm giving you, please, I give you like the next 2-3 minutes to communicate. Hi Adewale, good evening. Adewale, good evening. Oh, Afis,
Sorry,
Adeoti,
madam.
can you hear me? Adeoti, am I the only one that can't? Oh, okay, it's a mistake. Okay, okay. Thank you for that. All right. Any other person, any other question? The next 1 minute before I move on, so I'll not attend to any SQL question again. Okay. All right. So I've taken the book already 6:46. Voila. Um, let's go back to our class. 1 second. What are you doing there? Okay. No, this is not. Okay. No, this is not what I want. Wait a second. I'm trying to navigate to your file. Mm. Not funny. I'm not done. Okay. Please tell me you can see my screen.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So today I'm going to continue from where we stopped. And I think we stopped at okay, someone should signal me the moment you stop seeing my screen. We stopped at how are we explaining stuff? Okay, we're doing variables. If I'm correct. Yeah. Stop at variables. Okay. So today would be I think we've done variables, we've done hello world, we understand what print function does. What does we do? Okay, understand what we do when you um assign values to a particular variable. You understand the principles of overwriting a variable in Python that your code takes the last value assigned to the variable. And understand what we do. We comment hashtag the what it does. We understand what happens in a code cell and in a markdown cell. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'm moving today about um,
But we can't see your screen.
I can say
I can see your screen, but your voice is kind of breaking.
I think that okay, is it better now?
Yes, it's better.
Yes, my it's better now.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, today we'll be talking about numbers. We're talking about numbers today. I think that's what I have for you. Yes, we'll be talking about numbers. We're talking about variables. We're talking about numbers, and I will rush through it because we already had a conversation around data types. But so numbers in Python can either be integers or floats. Integers are real, finite, natural, whole numbers. Integers are this is an integer. 1110 is an integer, and that's a data type in Python. We've done data types. And floats is 111.245. This is a float, but all of them are numbers. They are numeric values. So let's say your Made is equals to 15. 15 is an integer. So let's do something. So you can okay. So let's do type for your Made. So okay, sorry. This kernel is dead. I have to rerun everything. Forgotten I closed this. Sorry, one second.
I noticed something. We can just see VS Code, but we can't see what you are actually typing. I don't know if it's only from my end. Okay, now we can see it. Yeah, it's better now.
So I didn't really type something different. I just ran the code again because I already closed that particular file. So I have to like rerun everything. Everything saved in memory has been wiped off. Okay, so yeah, I was trying to do tell you the difference between integers and I said Python, sorry, integers and float. So yeah, your money here is as the value of 1110.25245, and we are trying to check what is the type, what data type exists in your money. So we run this, and it shows us that your money is a float. Please tell me that this changes. You can see what I'm doing. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, we can see them.
So now we come here and we take out the float, like the dot, and we run your Made again to reassign this new value to your Made. So every time you make changes, let's say you make changes to the value of a variable, you have to rerun that code cell, or else your value did not implement to. So let's come here and now check what data type now exists. Did you see? Now it's not an integer. Do you understand what just happened? So let it be known that the fact that I write 1.112 and I don't run this cell, and I come back here to say, oh, maybe I made a mistake, I was just and I forgot to run this cell. I come back here and run this cell. It will not change. Oh, it will still give me an integer because the last memory value it has, the memory it has for the value of your Made, it was an integer, it wasn't a float. So until I rerun this, then I overwrite what was the last thing that was recorded in memory for your Made. So now when I run your Made is a float. And same thing when I edit your Made out and I say your Made is Oriyomi, then I run it, then it comes and change. So what does now this way I've shown you what type function does. What does type is an inbuilt function in Python that helps you to see what is the data type that is contained in your variable. So if you want to understand, especially when you're working with multiple data and you want to understand, oh, what is here, you can do type on it, or in cases of columns, you are doing .d type to know what data type is. When let's assume this is a column, you have it as .d t y, like .d type, or as type if you want to reassign it as type something like this. You can reassign it as type integer, especially maybe when you have something like 10 and it's an object, because if you run this, it will show you that it's a string or an object, and you want to rerun it to become an integer, you can make it an integer as type int. Wait, let's try something out. No, I think I'm moving too fast. I'm just confusing. Yeah, let's move at the pace at least I've decided to move with you people. Okay, so yeah, this is what we have. We have your Made and type. What is your Made's type? So notice that I have a number embedded there, but it is in a quotation. So it is not an integer, neither is it a float. It is a string because it is embedded in a quotation. Do we know that? We should all know that by now. We don't know that there's problem. Do we know that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So moving on, floats are numbers that have decimal points. I think we've established that fact. While integers are numbers that have no decimal place. They are natural numbers between 0 to 9. So whatever you have as an integer is between 0 to 9. Whatever you have as a float is within anything point anything to whatever you have point something, just has to have a decimal place. But both of them are numeric data. They're numeric data. Moving on. Okay, so there are some operations that we can, so we're learning a little bit about operation as we move further. There are some operations that we can perform on integers that cannot be performed on strings. So now since we are talking about integers, let me put it here so that I will remember that it was integers that we were talking about. Integers. Let's make it mark down. All right. So integers. So let's talk about operations that can be performed. Sorry, on integers. They a very few. So numbers. We're not just dealing with integers. Sorry, we're dealing with numbers, because when you say integers, you're only dealing with a certain type of numbers. So we're dealing with numbers, which includes integers and floats. And you say integers. Let's increase this guy. And floats.
Just a little and a little bit more. But the truth is, oh, but the truth is, I just can't see enough. No, me, are you fire me? Go. Oh, yeah, look, sugar. Oh, yeah, look, oh, yeah, put it in practice. Give me all of your emotions.
Okay, so now we know what are the type of numbers we're dealing with, integers and floats. And we're dealing with operations that perform on numeric data. Since I just got numbers, numeric data, it makes same difference. So the operations that can be performed on numeric data are few, and they're called numeric operations. And they are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modular. Now let me take that again. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. In division, there are different types of division. There are floor division, there is modular, and I think there's power, raised to power, like you can do raised to power on it. I think that's like basic operations that can be performed on integers. Sorry, on numbers, apologies. On numbers meaning both integers and floats. So today we'll just be doing, I've showed you how to check the type of values. What is the data type of, apologies, what is the data type of the value assigned to the variable? Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Okay, so we are doing numeric operations. Now, operations. So first we'll be dealing with addition.
Excuse me, ma. It seems you're muted.
Excuse me, I'll check that. Okay, apologies for that. So we're dealing with addition. Yeah. Okay, so we can do, without assigning anything to a variable, we can do 5 plus 6. I want to ask you a question. Do you think that an integer can an operation can be performed on an integer and a float together? I want an answer. What do you think? Is someone answering me?
I think so.
Okay. Any other opinion? Contrary opinion?
I don't think so.
Okay. Mr. Munachi doesn't think so. Mr. Dennis, hi.
Okay, I think so. Just that if you are doing it, you have to indicate whether the answer will be integer or float.
Okay. Now that's another part of the conversation. Yeah. Another part of the
Me, I
conversation.
think. Me, I think that Python should be able to know which is a float and an integer now. Be
Yes, it does actually.
exactly.
Okay. Any other contrary opinion? Any people that don't talk in my class? Fatima is in this class, right? Fatima.
I think it's possible. I think it's 100% possible.
You said what?
I think it's 100. It's possible. I don't think it's possible.
It's possible. Okay, Fatima, you were saying something. Hi, good evening.
Sorry, I missed the question.
I'll attend to you in a second. I'm like, Fatima.
Ma,
Hi.
good evening, ma.
Good evening. I've not heard from you in a while. What happened? You've not attending classes.
I've been good. Just been listening on the class.
So you just
So
said
yes,
to be a quiet listener. You don't contribute.
it's because I don't have any contributions, ma.
But hope you are catching up with the class and it's not looking like we're performing magic.
Oh, not at all.
All right,
I'm
that's
catching.
all right. That's what I would love to hear. Okay, so what do you think here?
So yeah, I think Python can add float and an integer together.
Okay. Mr. Damla, you were saying something?
I was saying that I
That's
didn't get what the question was. I was
Oh,
there's a network issue.
okay, the question was that do you think that an operation, an addition operation or whatever operation, any numeric operation can be performed between an integer and a float?
I think so, but maybe it should be specified. That's what I think.
Okay, you think so? All right, so let's make that either a reality or so let's do 5.5 plus 4. Now another part of the question. Now if it is possible, I'm not saying it's possible, I'm not saying it's not possible, but if it is possible, what do you think your somebody should answer?
I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear your question.
I said that let's assume I've not run this code now. I've not executed it. So I'm saying let's assume that it is possible to do this. What do you think your answer is going to be? Is it going to be yes, thank you for that, Munachi. Is it going to be a float or is it going to be an integer?
Of course, it's going to be a float because you already have a float.
It's going to be a float.
It's going to be a
Okay,
float.
so let's do that. Let's find out. All right. So there are two correct answers. Yes, you can perform numeric operations between a float and an integer, considering the fact that both of them are numeric data, and your answer is going to be a float because it's considering the fact that they have decimal place. Your decimal place will not be all of a sudden rounded up or eliminated, except you call the round function. Let's do something funny. Let's round it up. Do you understand what just happened? So when we do mathematics, you have round up or round down. Who remembered what are words do you use to round? What is the range of numbers that will round up and what is the range of numbers that will be rounded down? Who remembers? It doesn't matter. All of us did it in secondary school.
From 5
From
upwards,
5
then you
and
round
above.
down from 5 and below.
Okay, let's see. That's correct. But let's see. Okay, so let's see if that is applicable in Python. So ideally 5 plus 4, let's remove the decimal place. 5 plus 4 is 9, Abby. So now we are saying round up 5.3 plus 4 now. So you see, whatever is applicable in your mathematics is applicable in Python. Do you understand what? So it's not far fetched. It's not like, oh, there's something like is abracadabra. That's why they say sometimes they tell you that Python is easy to learn because there are things that you can apply all that you've learned, especially in mathematics and statistics, apply to it, and the rule still applies. Yeah, you get. So now we've been able to prove that when you round a float that is below 4, from 4 to 0, sorry, you round it up to 0, you round it down to 0, but when you have it from 5 and above, you round it up to 1. So let's even try if we had 4.9. If it's going to, let's say 4 points, yes, let's try our luck. 4.9, sorry, I mean 5.49 now, that is not 5. Let's see if it's going to give us 10 or 9. Can you see that your mathematics still applies? In fact, let's do 495. It will still, in fact, if you do like for 5.499999999, you know, we used to do this thing. We used to see this thing in mathematics when you do some kind of operations that you give you 3.3333344, all those kind of divisions. Do you understand? Let's see if we had it together. Does Python still understand that it is below 5? You know, this is still below 5, like in terms of rounding, and rounds it down or not. Now we have multiple 9s. Did you see what happened? Now there's a change. Are you putting something? So let's reduce the number and see what happens. Did you see? It shows that I get to a point that you get to that Python would round your 4.9999999 to a 1, and it gets, there's a point you had that Python will round it up to round it down to 0. So I leave you to go and figure out what point that is. Okay, but we are still finding out that the rules of statistics and mathematics still apply. Okay, so I think that makes a lot of sense, but we're not in this class now. You've learned 2 inbuilt functions. You've learned round, you've learned type. So when I'm teaching functions and I'm asking questions on these inbuilt functions, I start teaching you, you will not say, no, we don't know. You should have been using the word inbuilt function. So there's inbuilt function and there are defined functions. When you get to functions, we're going to differentiate that. Mr. Agbo.
Mathematically speaking, because you've been saying mathematically speaking, if you round up 5.49 plus 4, it's supposed to give you 10. Because you round up 9, it becomes 1. And add it to 4, it becomes 5. 5.5 plus 4 will give you 10. If you round it up, mathematically speaking, except if I don't know math. I don't know. It's just a question.
So let's Google it. I'm not a mathematics student, even though I did.
That's not correct. I don't know who spoke now. Good evening. So 4 is the whole
Good
number,
evening.
right? You add 4 to
Oh,
5.
Yeah.
You get 9.499, right? So the number
Yeah.
after the decimal is 4, which is less than 5. So it's rounding down, not rounding up, which is 9.
Okay.
Do you get it?
So
I'm speaking to I didn't catch his name. Izu.
Okay.
Okay, yes. So Python
Yes.
is correct. You can use the
Okay.
calculator too.
Yes, we can actually use the calculator to find that out, and we can even use Google. Google it. Round 5.4. You can let's Google it too. I'm googling it on my end here. 5.499 plus 4. In fact, now let me now show you what ChatGPT will do for us. Let's do ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT what is it. So let me open my chat. Out in the class. So these are ways you make research and learn. So we are learning today. Me, I know that it should have I know it will not give you 10. But if you ask me to explain why in terms of mathematics, I don't know. So let's all find out. So 5, I know Python. It's been a long time I did mathematics. Please tell me I'm not the only one in this class. So
Now we can hear you.
oh yeah, now somebody should do it too. So round that, just do round 5.499 plus 4 to the nearest whole number and explain why you gave such answer. That's your input. And explain why you gave such answer. That's your prompt to ChatGPT. I'm waiting for somebody's response. So you read to us why. All of us will learn why. Who is
Okay, I
that?
think, uh, can I talk? Can I talk?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I think because we are rounding it to the nearest whole number, that means 4 is not up to 5. But if we
Like,
are
like
rounding
I
it to
don't I
like,
don't want you to think Munachi. Ask ChatGPT. Let's use internet to
wait,
find out
now,
why.
can I continue? Please.
Okay, yeah, oh, yeah, continue.
Now, if we are rounding it to 2 decimal places, that's when you will consider the 9. But if you are rounding to the nearest whole number, you are only considering the first number after the decimal, which is 4, which is not up to 5. So that's why it is 9.
Okay. I want to assume that is correct, but let's ask internet. What is the correct answer? Oh yeah, now who has done what I said we should do? Mirabel, Israel, Damilare, please mute your mic. Mirabel, kindly unmute yourself. Mirabel, your hand is raised. Kindly unmute yourself.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening, Mirabel. How are you?
I'm fine. From what I asked, the answer is 9.
Okay, and why?
Okay, it said first it added the numbers 5.499 plus 4, which is equals to 9.499. Then it interpreted it like the numbers that we imputed. It added the numbers, then rounded the results. Looking at the first digit after the decimal, which is 4. Since it is less than 5, the number rounds down to 9. That was the answer I gave.
Okay, so this is what I have. I have he had the old thank you, Mirabel, first of all. So he did the same thing he did for you, did the addition on my end, and said the explanation now goes when rounding to the nearest whole number, if the decimal part is 0.5 or above, you round up. If the decimal part is below 0.5, you round down. The decimal part of 9.499 is 0.499, which is less than the 0.5. Hence why the final answer is 9. He said why? Because 9.499 is closer to 9 than it is to 10. Decimal part is not large enough to push it up to the next whole number. If the number were 9.500 or higher, then the answer would have been 10. So another prompt, because we noticed that when we increase the number of nines, we got to an extent that it gave us a 10. So let's do how many nines have to be added behind 4 to round 4.5, 4.499 to a 10. Okay, let's do that. Give an answer. You see why? You learn to make. I'll make a research. Let's find out why. Okay, now let's now explain something. So please tell me you can hear me. All of
Clearly,
us.
ma.
Okay, so we are learning mathematics today. That's funny because even myself I did not know. So yeah, let's find out what's going on. So I now said I prompted chat and said how many nines have to be added behind 4.499 to make it give us an answer 10. Now it says to answer this properly, we need to look at what happens when you keep adding nines after 0.4999. Find out how many nines must be added to 0.499 for the number to reach 0.5 so that you get 10. Ideally, no matter how many nines you had, you would never reach 0.5 exactly with a finite number of nines. So that's the that mathematically speaking, ideally, but even if you keep adding millions of nines, you should not reach it. It still does not sum up to 0.5. But now there is a twist. It says that, but if you had infinitely many nines, meaning that now there is no number. Remember when I did this? I did this 9. I think I did this much. Okay, you see now, depending on how many nines I've added, you see what is happening. So let's increase the number of 9. We still have not gotten to wow. How many nines are we adding? Let's find out. We're still 9.5. Yeah, there is problem. Because I don't know how many nines. Well, now you see how long I am now, and I've still not gotten a 10. So imagine just how many nines you have to infinitely type in for us to get a 10. We're still see, I've given up. We're still 9.5. See how many nines I've added? I'm still 9.5. But it says then that, but if you add infinitely many nines, I don't know what definition of infinite is, but infinite is when I was in school, they say it's uncountable. Then mathematically, it could equate to 0.5. This is known as mathematical identity. So you need an answer, an infinite number of nines. So is there no other GPA? No, yes, so it will not grow. So if only infinite
Ma,
many nines. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Yes, ma. Who's talking?
it's Mirabel. Sorry.
Okay.
So I observed that the last time you didn't add this much nines to get 10. So I was wondering if you could add that round function and do
Okay.
it again.
Okay. Let's do that. All of us will learn today. All right. So let's do that. Okay. Okay. So we have so many nines with round function. It will round it up. But ideally, without round function, when you just do the mathematics, the proper mathematics way, we are not getting it to until only God knows how many nines we are going to add. And I don't think I want to find out this night. But yeah, when we do the round function with like a reasonable amount of nines, we might be
Yes.
able to get
Can
10.
I explain that the reason why it rounded to 10?
Yeah, so it's like Rose
You
is
know,
our mathematics. Yes,
you know,
please. Yeah.
when you add up like this, you get 9.5, right? So
Yes,
now
yes.
when you round off this 9.5, your answer, you get 10 because of course
Ah,
0.5 after the decimal is 5 and above. So it gives you 10. That's why you already instructed it to round it off for you. That's why I
mm.
gave 10.
Give it up, give it up, give it up. Now I like that. I didn't even think in that direction. Funny how. Now that is brilliant. Thank you so much, Rose. You see, all of you very brilliant mind, but people will not talk in class. People will not come to my class. You see, my heart is bleeding. Very wonderful mind. Now, everybody that want to know math, tonight we'll find out why. No matter how many nines you had, if you do proper, just normal mathematical expression, you will not get 10. Yes, because that's what ChatGPT said, that ideally, no matter how many nines you had, you will not get 10. But when we now had the round function to our mathematics expression, it automatically rounds us up to, to 10. And so, see, Rose has explained it, so it's just an explanation. If you want to understand what it is, that people should write that here. So, yeah, we have 10 already. Divide going on class. Thank you so much, everybody, for contributed. Because I see why. I don't know why you. I just know what secondary school. So, yeah, you see now. Python like Python follows most of the mathematical that you have and all. Let's go and collect our school fees back. All right, I think, and I enjoyed that part of our class. So let's move on. Okay, so we've been able to prove two things. Is somebody's hand raised? All right. So we've been able to prove two things. We've been able to prove that we can apply numeric functions on two different data type of numbers. The reason why you can do a numeric function on floats and integers because both of them are numeric values. They are numeric data, but they are different data types. But they are under the same family. They are numeric numbers. So yeah, we can perform numeric operations. We can do this. And so let's try to assign each of these guys to a variable. Let's do floats. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call this float. And take this out. And let's call this integer. Okay, so now let's do addition. You can do float plus integer. Do you know that? Run it. Aha. Why? Somebody's on the I keep hearing
Float is already a reserved word. Integer is already a reserved word. You cannot make them a variable already since they're already reserved words.
not necessarily. That's not correct. You should actually make them a variable. And that's not true. Let's do something. Let me show you why. That's not necessarily correct. Where am I? Okay. Let's do type. Sorry, I didn't change floats to type. Not necessarily. Type is a function. Integer is a function. It's a function. Sorry, it's a data type. No, not necessarily. In fact, there's int function. No, int. You can do this. Int is a function. You can use it to change a string to an integer. We're not doing that now. But yeah, I don't know whether that's an error, but it's working. So yeah, you can do this. This is actually what I was trying to achieve. Let's try it again because I want to find out why that float gave me an error. Because what's going on in this case? And do float plus int. Or did I spell it wrong? For type and int. What's going on? I need to find out why. Hold on a second. Okay, 1 second. Yeah. Okay. So apparently, in variable naming, just found out that Yes, somebody said something about using type. Yes, you're correct, Mr. Ago. Well, I've not used that variable before, and I found out today while learning new things. So yeah, you cannot do this because Python is looking at the fact that there are two types and is returning an error. So in nomenclature, you can do this because I was trying to understand why it was not working. Because when you assign a variable, let's call this variable or var, and we do this. It's supposed to be correct, and it is working. This is working. No, sorry, I did not run this. This is working. Okay, yeah. So I was trying to understand why. So yeah, apparently, if you name float and what's the word? If you name float and integer and try to use them as what am I saying? I try to use not to use any name of any inbuilt function. So let's try. I like trying my limit. I like looking for trouble. I found out that float does not work. But I want to see if string will work. Don't mind me. I have a very that's where my mind works. Aha. So do you see what's happening now? String is because there's a function and there is a data type. This is a function. str is a function in Python that converts whatever you want to convert to string. You can convert this 10. This 10 is an integer, but these string functions automatically override data types and change it to a string. So that is what that str does. But now in this situation, yes, we're having this operand error, this type error, sorry, and also unsupported operand type between this and this. So yeah, we'll find out that learn to use names that are not inbuilt functions for your inbuilt functions or data types for your variable naming. So what should we call this guy? Let's just call it test. Why is it not typing? So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on? Okay, this is what I wanted to type. Sorry. All right. So yeah, let's do this. Okay. I just keep forgetting to run this guy. All right. So yes, this is what we have for performing addition, which is a numeric operation with variables. So we already established that we can have two different data types, but they are numbers. But let's try something. Like I said, I like trying my limits. What do you people think will happen here before I run it?
It will likely return an error.
You think this particular line of code, this one, no, I did not say this one, no, this particular number, this line that I am now, who thinks it will return an error? So think about it very before you give me a response.
It will run.
It will run, okay. Wait, all of it that said it will run. First, I will ask you why. Mr. Agu 1, Damlari said it will not run 2. Who else is saying something? Before I start asking why. Mr. Dennis, I.
Okay, it will not. I think it will not run.
Look at this cell. Look at that cell very well before you give me a response.
I think it will run.
Mr. Minachi thinks it will run. Okay, are you sure that it will run?
It will not run.
Yes, because the int is now a string.
Don't give me your because yet, though. I don't want to know the because yet. Calm down. Let's find out if it is running or not before we start doing because. I will still ask because. Now, we have category of it will run and to not run. No, yeah.
It will not run. It will not run. It will not run.
Wow.
I changed my own. It will not run.
It will run because okay.
No, don't do because. Don't do because. Don't ask that.
It will not run. It will not run. It will not run.
It will not run. It will not run. Okay, let's do something.
It will not run.
I'm hearing plenty to not run. No. Oh yeah, now. Let's see. Let's do something. I've seen a lot of it in this class. Where is Divine? Divine, what do you think? You are design this class.
I'm in the class. This one is controversial, but I think it's
Don't give me a
oh,
reason.
sorry.
Just give me it to run or it to not run.
It won't run. It won't run.
It won't run. Okay. Mr. Dennis, your hand is raised. It will run or it will not run.
It will not run.
Ha! You are sure that this will be teaching you for Python in this class? Lord of Jesus, what is going on? Oh yeah, now let's find out. Hey! Python will humble you. I just changed. It is this int it's a bloody variable. It does not mean it's a variable that I can do anything to it. And I assign it a value. What is the point is this is just an assignment. This is an assignment. This equals to is to assign. So I have said integer should be equals to 10. So that means wherever I am calling integer, I am calling string 10. Yes, the data type is a string, but does not mean it will not run. This will run, irrespective. No, you are wrong. But now this is where we are not supposed to have that it will run and it will not run. I want to have that. Oh yeah, let's go again. This particular line of code, it will run or it will not run. Hey, everybody start talking. Yeah, all of a sudden.
It will not run.
Let's not talk over each other. Let's go one after the other. Well, first person.
It will not run.
It will not run.
Mr. Dennis, it will not
It
run.
will not run.
Who is not okay? We say it's not run again.
It will return an error. Me, it will not run.
It will not run.
Okay, it's not run. Rose, what do you think?
I said it will not run because
Okay. No,
Yeah.
no, don't because let's not do because yet. Let's just find out if it's going to run or not. That's what we are doing. If you do because you have to, that means you're already explaining that you could be right and you could be wrong. So now we don't even want you to do the because. Let's just find out if it will run or not. That's what we are doing. So we have unanimously agreed that this thing will not run. What kind of error do you think it will throw? You know there are types of error. We've seen so many errors. We've seen type errors today. What kind of error do you think it will throw?
Operand error, I think.
There's type error.
Syntax error.
Syntax error. Okay. All right, now let's try it. Okay, true. It's not going to run. But why? Let's do why. I want to assign why. Why will it not run? I want somebody to assign me. Somebody should raise up their hand.
I think you tricked us. That's the problem.
Wait, calm down. Let's do this. Rose, why do you think it will not run?
okay, it's like adding A and 2. You can't say A plus 2 because they are two different data types. You have a number and you're having a string. So they can't add up. For me, that's what I think.
You are correct. My sister, you are correct. So there's no problem. You are not wrong. You are very, very much correct. I'm happy. All of it that you are not attending class. So apparently, you people actually in class. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, actually, it will run, and it will give you an error because is what she had said. Because you're trying to add a float with. Now, this is not an integer. So when you see data types, try to use the correct terminology for that data type. This is a float. Yes, you can say a numeric data, but this is a float. You're trying to add a float to a string. You're having a type error. So what is the type error? Everybody read it. Type error says that unsupported operand types for addition between a float, which is text, and a string, which is integer. Do we understand? I just asked, do we understand though? Who does not understand? Let's start figuring that out.
It's very clever.
Okay. All right. So yeah, it won't run, and now we know why. Because there are two data types that do not support. Now calm down. This is let's do something. This would run, sure you know. These are two data types, so let's not forget that fact. There are two data types, but it will run because both are numeric data. But when you come to classification of data types, if you call this 5.49 if you call it an integer, they will flag it. It is wrong because it is a float. It has its own name for a data type. But it's just that this particular operation is supported between these two data types. So you have to know, even before you start saying, oh, it will run, it will not run, and why not. You need to understand what operations work between different data types. So these are things you have to figure out as you go and you keep writing your codes. They're very basic understanding you must have. So yeah, so let's assume this is what we have. This worked. Do you understand? So moving on. Please tell me you can still see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So okay, we've done addition using. Okay, let's do subtraction. Please tell me you understand what we've been doing this class and we're not performing magic. If you think we're performing magic, let me see your hand raised. Like, you people are doing abracadabra, yeah, oh. I don't understand what's going on, no. Please let me see your hand. Hey, I just said, who is that? Mr. Dennis. Why are you? What's going on? Hey,
No,
Munachi.
it's a mistake. It's slip of hand.
Okay. Better before you break my heart. Munachi, what's up? Is he also a slip of hand?
My own is type error.
You will not stop amazing me in this class. Okay, all right. I'm glad that it doesn't look like magic. Mr. Agu, I'm sure that you're trying to note things down because I want to assume that you're not with your system. But I want you to please kindly follow along so that you will not be left behind.
Yeah, I'm making note actually. Yeah.
Okay. So that when you see it later, it makes a lot of sense to you. Mr. Israel, your hand is raised.
Yes, I want to ask a question, please.
Yes, sir.
So,
Please go.
is it possible to add two strings to say make a sentence?
Now let's anything you say, we will type it and find out. So yeah, now let's find out. When you say we should add two strings, what do you mean? We should do, let me say, this is what you're saying. We are saying hello plus Damilare. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. So what do you people think? Yeah, let's go again. Mr. Divine, what do you think?
So it's just going to return hello Damilari without any space.
Okay. Someone else should say something. Do you think it will run? Okay, so Mr. Divine has already established what it will run and the output it will give. That is what
Yes, it will run.
I did not say that's
It will run.
what he thinks. Munachi said it will run. Munachi, tell me. Okay, you said it will run. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Ibrahim, you're trying to say something.
Yeah, I said it will run.
Okay, it will run. Who else is going for it to run? It will not run. Contrary opinion.
It will
It will
run.
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 Okay. Unanimously, we've agreed that it will run. So let's find out if it will actually run. I would have said, what do you think the output will look like? But yeah, let's save ourselves. Okay. So Divine was correct. It will run, yes, because two of them are same data types, but it will run without the space. But let's do something. What do you think about this? Will this run?
Yes, it will.
What do you think we'll have as the output? Divine, don't answer.
Who have
It will have
hello space Damilari.
Who answered that?
both of us, my Damilari and Izu.
Okay. So let's try. Who else that? Sorry, who else has other opinions or thinks that this would not run or has like a different opinion on what data output is going to look like?
Ma, I have a different opinion.
Let's hear you.
Instead of putting the double quotation, before the Damilari, if you give a space, then the first double quotation, then give a space. I think you get what you're looking for too.
Okay. I said everything people say here, we're going to do it. So that we're going to learn by doing, not just by theory. So yeah, let's do what you just said. So you said we should put a space. Let me assume this is what you're saying. Is that correct? Okay. So now we're going to run both. But let me ask you, do you think this first one will run? Munachi?
Yes, it's going to run.
Okay, so let's do that. So we've established that it will run, and this space is the reason why there's a space here. So now, who thinks that this code that Munachi just said, this hello then with space in front of them, like, who thinks that it will not run? One, listen to my question. Will it run? Yes or no? Two, will it achieve the output you have above? Yes or no? Oh, yeah, let's go.
It will run, but it will not achieve that output. It will
Okay.
just
It
cancel
will
that.
run. Okay, sorry.
It will run and
Uh,
achieve the
it will.
output.
Okay.
No, it will run, but it will not achieve the output.
Okay. And
It will run, but it will not achieve the output. Yeah.
it's not achieve the output, but I think it achieve the output.
I can't hear again, and I can't see your screen now.
It actually give it to everybody. Who cannot hear me or see my screen,
I
please?
can hear you, but I cannot see your screen.
I cannot see your screen.
You cannot see my screen.
I can see your screen, but you're breaking.
Let's
I
let
can
me
see your screen, but it's not moving.
it's not moving. Yeah, just try to fix why this.
Your voice is breaking, man.
Hey, is it now?
No,
Okay, it's
still
okay now. I can
breaking.
see your screen.
And is it moving?
Okay.
Everybody with your
Yes,
own
it's
wahala.
moving. Now. It's moving. Clear.
Okay. Abiba, what's the problem?
I cannot hear anybody. Oh.
Sorry, my network went off for a while, but I think I'm back. Please, can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. We can hear you.
And you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I guess we're good. All right. Where were we? Okay. So I wanted to ask a question. Which one do you think looks more presentable? Both are correct though, because they both achieve the same goal. But if you were to look at both of them, which one would you think makes a lot of sense? Mr. Dennis.
Okay, I think the first like looks like a good programmer's work than the second.
Okay. Who has asked contrary opinion? Dennis. Okay, I think Dennis has spoken. Ibrahim, are you trying to say something?
Yes, ma'am. I'm saying the first one is actually cool, like looks neat and all. So.
Okay. So who has asked contrary opinion? Okay. So yeah, I myself as a program, I think the first one is better. It looks neater because this could have been an error. Like this could have been a mistake. Like maybe you were typing and you just made a mistake. But this one here shows that you are trying to achieve this, but adding it together, you need to create a space. Do you understand? You know that this could have been a typo error. She said number two looks like a shortcut. Yeah, it does, but it looks like a typo error also. You know, you could have been typing and have done this by mistake. Do you know? So yeah, but this somebody could have just assumed that no, you were not trying to create the space. It just happened by chance. But
Ma,
yeah, yes, sir.
The second one is faster and more for newbies like we that can just manipulate it.
So now that's the thing. When you type this, if you are typing to a professional, this second one, I think you're the one that suggested it. This second one looks like a typo error. You know while typing, I've been making a lot of errors. Like you can be typing and press space bar by mistake. And this is not, but when you do this person knows that okay, you did not input the space by this white space by error. Do you understand? There's an intentionality in this line of code. It tells you, okay, we are writing hello and we need a white space in between and we are adding it to Damilare. It looks deliberate. It looks like a proper what's the word? I don't want to say a proper syntax, but both of them are syntactically correct. If not, would have thrown a syntax error. So you would have written it either way, but one looks more like a typo error than the first one. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So does not mean that both of them do not achieve the same goal. Let's not forget that fact. Both of them are doing the same thing, but one just looks programmatically more correct. Okay. Yes, looks like an unintentional move, exactly. So okay, let's move on. So I think this way now, as we're writing, do you know I'm taking it like this? That it's looking like I'm doing it ABC. So that people will not say, Python is hard. So when we start getting to the places that they are hard, people will not be wondering, hey, what is going on in this place? So that's why I said I'm trying to do, we code as you ask questions, because when you see what you're asking, it is a lot easier to assimilate and remember than me just using my mouth to explain. So we are seeing, it's like science practical. When they taught us when you're doing physics or chemistry practical, you perform your experiments by yourself. When you perform experiments, nobody can bamboozle you to tell you that, oh no, the litmus paper is showing red when it's supposed to be showing blue. Do you understand? Yeah. So that's what we're trying to do in this class. So that you know with established facts. Python does to lie you. Python does not make mistake. It's you that make mistake. Anything you put, Python is garbage in, garbage out. So any error you see in Python is not a Python error. It is a you error. So you are the problem. You fix it. So anything you see, you know for an established fact that this is how it should be. Do you understand? Not because somebody's just saying it theoretically and you think it's magic that is being performed. Okay, moving on. I do subtraction tonight again. Let's go. We do so. I think we want to establish the fact that that you can do operations between integers and floats. Yeah, and same thing if I'd assigned it to a variable, would have still performed the same expression. So, what do you think it's sorry, please 1 second. I'm coming. Just give me like 1 or 2 minutes to attend to something. Yeah, I apologize for that. All right. Sorry about that break. I apologize. So yeah, as I was saying, we can perform subtraction and addition between two numeric data. Now let's try something. I think yes, let's try something. Do you think that we can perform subtraction between two strings? Yeah, now let's go. What do we think? Yes or no?
I think it's impossible.
Okay. So what do you think about this line of code? It's not going to run. It's going to run and it's going to give you okay, it's not going to run. It's going to give you an error, or it's going to run and it's going to give you a data output. What do you think the data output will be? Yeah, let's. Whose hand is raised? Mr. Dennis. Yeah, now give it a try.
Okay, if you not run, it will blow.
Okay, it will not run. What kind of error? If you think it will not run, what kind of error do you think you will have?
An
Okay,
operand error.
you know you the ask, now you the answer.
Oh yeah, no verse now, no verse, no verse.
Oh yeah, now what kind of error do you think you're going to have? The person that wants to answer, oh yeah, answer. What kind of error will you have?
I don't know.
Nah, that's it. One. Okay, who wants to give it a try again? Israel, Rose, Ibrahim, Fatima, who has something to say? What do you think of that line of code?
I think it will return an operand error.
Why do people keep saying operand error? There's no operand error. It's type error that you see in that code. There's operand error. But when you read it
I
tells you
don't know why they're
operand.
saying operand.
Operand is not supported. Let me show you what your error looks like. Let me show you something. This is 1 second. Okay. This is, let me tell you how to read an error message. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So let's run this guy. And run this again. This is your error type. You see this one on at the top with color red. That's the name of your error. So it is a type error. Now let me do something for you now. Let's do, I said I added value is equals to 12. Now this is what I'm doing. I've added this line of code, but I'm not going to run this cell. I'll now come here and say I did not. Let's not forget, I did not run this cell again. Now it's still the last code that was there that I executed. So in the memory of Python, what it has is just text and integer. I have typed value, but I did not run it. Let's not forget that factor. So now, but yeah, this is me calling value and saying test plus value. Did you see what happened here? This is a name error. I wanted to like try another type of error. So you see how you get to see the name of your error. You see this one that I highlighted here. This is the name of your error. This is the name of your error. This part, that's your error name. But you see what you now explain here now is now an explanation to give you an insight as to why that error was thrown. Look at this now. I have a name error here because the name value has not been saved in Python's memory as anything. It is just there. It is not a variable like in memory. Now, I'm not saying in your code. In your code, it's a variable that has 12 assigned to it. But in memory, because that line of code has not been executed, Python does not know, at least for this script, it does not know what is value. It does not know what you are using value to do. It's just seeing value, like where is value coming from? Where am I tracing it to? Who am I looking for value with? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here now? So that's what's happening. So now let's execute this code. I was trying to like create another type of error. You see what happened now? Now I've executed this code. Value now has a variable saved in memory. So a value is a variable saved in memory and has a value 12 attached to it. Now this is what happened. So do you understand what I just did here now, or is abracadabra? I saw one. Okay, Rose understands. Divine, what's the
network was disturbing.
Is that applicable to everybody?
No.
I don't know if it's from my end. The network is, yeah, like your screen is kind of slow. So it's not like responding to what you're saying. So I don't know. I don't know if it's from my end alone. Hello. Hmm. Hello. Ah.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm seeing meeting schedule is about to end. Okay. All right. Is this message in the chat board that says assignment submission by, I don't know why this message is coming up, by 9 a.m. It's not applicable to everybody. That is only applicable to Izu. This 9 a.m. if you submit my assignment on Monday, you get 0. With joy in my heart. My assignment deadline is tomorrow, 6 p.m. Ignore this message. This message is only applicable to Izu. If you submit my assignment on Monday, you will get 0. Let that be known. Okay, let's move on. So, what are we saying? We're trying to establish something here. Okay, yes, we tried. So people that didn't get, I was trying to explain error types because I know some of you were saying something like operand error, and I don't think I've ever come across operand error in Python. So I said, please, people that did not hear me earlier, please, can you hear me now so that when I repeat myself, I'm not just making the same mistake all over again.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right. Okay. All right. So now I was trying to like imitate different errors so that we know what is what. So let's take this to be values. You know that when I change value to values, they are not the same thing. Value is not values. They are different variables. So let's say now I have assigned 12 to values, but I did not execute the code because I'm trying to imitate an error. And I come here and I'm trying to make I'm trying to do a numeric operation on test and values. Remember that values is not recognized in this memory, in Python memory at the moment, because that line of code has not been executed. So it is not seeing it as a variable, it is not seeing it as a string, it's not seeing it as anything. But yeah, in your code you can see it that it is a variable that you've assigned a number to, but you do not execute it, so it has not been saved to memory. Note that fact. So now, so that when you see error, you'll not be saying that we have cooked beans. We did not cook beans, so it's because we're trying to imitate an error, because I know that this was going to throw an error because we did not run this line of code. So yeah, values is not defined. So I said this is a name error. If you ask me what kind of error this is throwing, so if somebody asks you, oh, I'm getting an error code, I don't know what happened, I better ask you, what kind of error do you have? You cannot say I have values error. No. Do you understand? You have a name error. And somebody's like, okay, name error, then you understand. So what the reason why you see name value is not defined is that Python is trying to give you an explanation as to why it threw an error and what part of your code it threw an error for. You understand? So that's what name error does. So now let's come and let's execute this code and take out this error. Do you understand what just happened now? So if you now say, let's imitate another error, we're trying to add a float to an integer. A float to a string. This is a string. The data type of this integer is a string. Don't be confused because of the word integer. Now, this is another error. This is a what? This is a type error. That's the name of the error. Why? Because unsupported, all of it that are saying operand. Unsupported operand type for float and string, meaning that this operation cannot happen between these two different data types because one is a string and one is a float. Thank you. Moving on. So that's what we're trying to do for those of us that did not hear us. Okay, moving on. Hello, and I'm Larry. People said that it's not going to run. And I said, if it's not running, what error will you have? Oh, yeah, I think that's where we start having operand error. What error will we have? Let's take that again. Dennis, let's go.
I think it's a type error.
Okay.
Type error too.
Yeah,
Okay.
type.
Okay. All right. Type error, type error, type error, type error, type error. Okay. Okay, so let's execute and find out if it is actually going to be a type error. Let's start for ourselves. Because that because strings are not numeric they're not numeric values, we cannot perform subtraction, division, multiplication, raised to power, modulus, and floor division on them. So the reason why we have addition, an addition word is because we are trying to bring two things. It's like I say, let's add this sentence to this sentence. That's why addition is working. And there's something called concatenation. When you get to concatenation, you see concatenation is also another replacement for addition. It means bringing two things together. Let me type it before people start asking me what did I say. It's called concatenation. When we get there, we'll explain better. I'm not explaining that now. Somebody's hand is raised. Who is that? Israel, what's up?
What if we do something like hello minus hello?
Hello, what?
Hello minus hello, or damilare minus damilare, or the same
Same
string.
thing. That's the same thing you have. Let's try it out so that I'll not just answer you. Did you see? Same thing, because whether it is the same, whether they're identical, both of them are still strings. Damilare minus damilare is still a string regardless. You still get the same error. Do you understand now? Damilare, your hand is still raised. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I'm thinking there's a space in the second damilare, so it may not be interpreting it as the same. Exactly.
We keep trying everything you suggest. We try it so that you see what happens and what. Oh, so now, show you see what happened here now. In fact, there's a space here and there's a space here. That's why I said that first this particular what was that for this one that we did here can be a typo error. Look at this is very unintentional. This is just a typo error from my end. Look at I added a white space before damilare. I added a white space after damilare. This is a very, very unintentional typo error. So that is why we said that last code that we're trying to prove would have looked more as more like a typo error than it is as a line of code. So damilare is still here now. I've taken out the white spaces. I will still have the same error code. It will not subtract each other. It will not divide each other. Let's do division. It will not multiply each other. No, the only seemingly numeric operation that can be performed between strings is addition. Chasing. We've established that fact, okay? But look at this now. Addition. Damilare will concat damilare, will add damilare. Do you understand? All right. Moving on. Tell me you can see my screen. I think so. Okay.
Yes,
Okay, so we are where are we? Okay, we're in subtraction. And subtraction is subtraction. You already know what subtraction does, and when you assign variables, the same thing that happens there happens in subtraction. So let's do multiplication. I'm not typing. Do I want to type? No, let's just do this. Multiplication. So I want to be able to know what we have covered and what we have not. All right. So multiplication, you use asterisk sign. Let's do 2 times 4 asterisk sign. So asterisk sign is your multiplication. It's not x. So see, this is not multiplication. No, where is x? This is not multiplication. No. You see, what kind of error is this?
syntax error.
Syntax error. Good. This is not how to multiply you. I know that in mathematics, this is what we use for multiplication. But in Python, that's not what we use for multiplication. We use asterisk for multiplication. So division is we use forward slash in the same division you have in mathematics. We can have 10 divided by 2. Now, I think there's this. Okay, so yeah, that was I. I was trying to explain something. So I said division. I'm trying to look for that division sign on my laptop. The one we know in mathematics. I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it. Yes. So I know that there's this division sign that we are used to in mathematics. That one that it is a dash and dot above and below. That's not division in Python. This is division. Your forward slash is what you use as your division operator. What else? Moving on. So we have something called floor division. Mr. Agu.
It's just a question. I noticed that the result it gave to us when we divided it comes in floats. Is there any reason why? Why didn't just give
Yes,
us five? Yeah.
yes, it does. It does. That's how Python writes it too. But we can do this. Oh God, Mr. So sorry. Okay. So yes, this is how Python returns division output. And but let's do this. Let's try something. Chase it. Regardless of how you um regardless of how you do it, Python returns division output with as a float. But let's even find out if it's a float. Let's do this. Division. Let's call it div is equals to this. Okay. And let's ask what type is the div data set. Data type. It's a float that is not callable. So it's a float. Okay. It's a float. And it returns it as a float. All right. So what else? I'm trying to finish all numerical operations this night. So now there's floor division. Let's for floor division. Floor division, we use this is what I mean. This is floor division. This is what I was trying to say. So in floor division, we use floor division if we want to get the whole number that is from the result of a division. The maths let me what I mean by maths. Before you say this man is talking plenty grammar for us. I'm going to explain it to your chat. What's going on in my system? 1 second, please. Please, can you see my screen?
No.
I think I'm figuring that out because network is okay. I can see it now. I don't know what's going on with this network. I think now.
Yes.
Yes,
Well,
ma'am. I can see your screen, but your voice is breaking. Like your voice is really shaking someone.
I apologize. That's network. Let me.
Yes, ma'am. No problem.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just explain flood division for you. I said flood division is what's the kind of division you use when you want to get the that is
Is it only me or B class on end? I can't hear.
Yeah, maybe she lost her network totally. You know, her voice was actually breaking before.
Yes,
Club don't reach now, so we rest.
Hey guys, I
Kezia
don't know what's going
already.
on there. My network on my system was disconnected. So I'm trying to join with my phone. I'm trying to join back with my system. So kindly exercise patience with me, please.
No problem, ma'am.
Okay, I think I'm back, but my screen is not showing yet. So let's still exercise patience, please. Five. Okay, so yeah, I was explaining flood division. So let's write something. Please tell me you can see my screen now.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen, ma'am.
Okay, so flood division. Let's do something. Let's do what is not flood. So let's do something that is not flood division and apply flood division to the same values. 1 second, please. So let's say we're doing okay. Let's apply flood division to this. So flood division uses this expression. So instead of having one single forward slash for flood division, you'll be having double, but no, yes, double forward slash. Sorry, but most times flood division is being used for divisions where you know that you're going to have like mathematics. They'll say where you have remainder. So in normal expression, like let's not speak like primary school students, where you would have decimal place. That's what you use flood division for. Yeah, now you will not see the effect of flood division because 10 divided by 2 will give you like a proper 5, except here with the dots. But now let's try something that would naturally give you a reminder. A remainder, sorry. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So let's use flood division for the 7 divided by 2. So 7 divide this. What do you have? What did you notice?
It returned an integer.
Okay, it's done an integer. But what makes the first code different? The output of the first code different from the second.
The first one is just a division, and this second one is a floor division.
We are not saying yes. Now, obviously, we know that, but that's not correct. That's not the answer. That's not wrong, but that's not the answer I want to hear. What is the? I'm not saying in the code. I'm saying in the output. What makes the first one different from the second
Okay,
one?
the first one is having 3.5, and the second one is having just ordinary 3. That's a whole number.
So from that observation, what do you think flood division does?
It
Division gives whole number instead of having a decimal digit.
When you say whole number, you know when we are getting whole numbers in cases from having decimal places, is either it's rounding up or rounding down, and that's not the case here. So if you are saying whole number, then why have we having whole number? Because a round up or round down is not happening here. Because if it had been a round up, you'd be having 4, not 3. So why do you have 3, not 4? Because if you say it becomes an integer, not a float. It did not round up, it did not round down. Because if it's round up, this answer would have been wrong. So I want to use that observation and explain to me what you think floor division is doing.
I think floor division discards or doesn't notices the remainder, meaning the floats involved in the operation. Floor division only works with the whole numbers. For instance, in this very first one, you have 3.5. That's the remainder in this case is 5.5. And but in the case of floor division, it discards that point 0.5 and returns only the whole number. It doesn't round up, it doesn't round down. That's what I think.
Okay? Let that move it. All right, that's very much correct. That's what I wanted to hear. So what does floor division do? Floor division, like I said, it picks the mantissa. Let me spell that mantissa for you because where's your chat? Should we go back to one there, okay, this is mantissa. Yeah. So floor division takes out anything after the decimal place and retains only the number before the decimal place. Do you understand? So you get to see the effect of floor division mostly in values where you know that you will have remaining numbers, remainder factors, anything. I shall know you understand what I'm trying to say. English is not hard. Okay, so yeah, we've done floor division. I'm trying to finish on numeric operations this night, so we are not coming back to numeric operations again. So we've done floor division. Let's do modular. I think after modular, I have just one more division to go, and we call it a day. So modular, what is modular? Modular this is what modular looks like. This is the expression for modular. Sorry. No, let me take out the bracket before you think that it's inclusive of the bracket. It uses the percentage sign. Where is it? Okay, yes, that's percentage. That is the expression for modular. So modular is the output of a modular when you perform numeric operation using modular. It gives you the output that is the remaining value after dividing two numbers. Now, what happened? Floor division and modular division, they are both divisions, are like opposite. Oh, so out the remainder and the over. What takes out the over. Now, and modular is not just applicable. Modular is applicable to as remainder. Let me show you. You know, actually, 100 divided by 1 is 100. This division. Let's do 100 by 1. You know, 100 divided by 1 is proper division. 100 made that nothing, made that 0. So now, okay. So I said 100. Let me see right here. 100 by 100, no reader. We all know that. But 100 is not 100. Remember now 0 because 100 by 1 is 0. So what divide as a value is not it like what have a return the main even the that's what modular does. So this is what
Sorry, ma, your voice is breaking and I can't see your screen. Sorry.
I'm able to, but just okay, I think it is my
Oh,
phone.
I thought
My phone.
it's really even from my end, so same thing. I don't know.
Okay, I'm noticing that so it's applicable to my phone. So 1 second, please. I'm so sorry. This network has just been very funny. Okay. Sorry, this network is back to messing up. Please, can you hear me from this device? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
You can hear me from this device. My system disconnected. 1 second, please. Okay. But let's
Echo,
let's just
echo,
go
echo.
back.
Ma'am, you
Sorry.
have two devices on it. Yeah.
Yes, I apologize. Yeah. Sorry for that. Okay. Okay, I think I'm back. Let's resume presentation, and don't worry, we're almost done here. We're like 10 minutes into the end of the class. I want to leave here by 8:30. So help me, coach. Um. Okay. So yes, I was trying to explain. Can you hear me? Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, so I was trying to explain modular. I showed you earlier with numbers that are divisible and do not have remainder. I already showed you that modular will return 0. But now let's do it with numbers that when you divide them, naturally would have a remainder. What do you have? 1. Because when you do 7 divided by 2, it is 3 remainder 1. Do you understand? Like normal our primary school, secondary school mathematics. 7 divided by 2 is 3 remainder 1, Abi. So yeah, that's what's happening. So it's the remainder modular will return for you, not the exact integer gotten from the division. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any question? Who does it look like abracadabra to? Munachi, what's going on?
Nothing, ma.
All right. So I've done. Okay, I just concluded modular. What else do I have for you? I think it's raised to power. Okay, yeah. So this is the power. Let's call it. So this is power. Sorry. Okay, power. Tell me you can see my screen.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the expression for power. Double asterisk. Double asterisk is the. I know that some of us are used to this. So I want to ask you. Wait, some of us are used to this sign in some mathematical expression. What am I looking for? Okay, yes, this. I want to ask you a question. Do you think this will work or not? Let's test. Let's try. Let's do testing. Do you think this will work or not? This expression. Can you see this expression that I typed that look like raised to power? The normal raised to power you are used to now. So what do you think? Let's do 2 raised to power. So you know that ideally this is the raised to power that we are used to in mathematics. So what do you think? Do you think this is going to run? This is going to throw an error? What do you think? I need one person to answer me. Nobody's answering.
I'm thinking it should work, except Python doesn't consider it as
It does not
it.
work with
If
Python
you
for
throw
me.
an error,
You think it throw an error? What error do you think it will throw?
syntax error.
Syntax error. Okay. Then let's prove that. Rose thinks it will work. Someone thinks it will throw syntax error.
No, I'm saying it should, but maybe if Python doesn't consider it
It won't work on Python for me.
as
So
Except
the thing is that it's not even us trying to say right or wrong answer. This is us trying to use expressions and let them stick to our mind, because now we know what works and what does not work and what is the correct syntax of writing words. So don't worry, there's no right or wrong answer. Even if you are wrong, you are still right. You get. So yeah, so let's run it. You see what happened there? It is not raised to power that happened though. Something happened, but it's not raised to power. Do you know?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. What do you think happened?
I think it's another arithmetic operation, but it's just not coming to my head right
That
now.
does
Maybe
what? No.
it's just not coming to my head right now, but I think it's another arithmetic operations
I'm
where
not asking you for the name. I'm asking you what does it do?
it returns maybe I think it returns zero. There's some sort of power that returns zero, like oh god, I think it's something around factorial or so. Somewhere around that area, Sha. It's not exactly factorial, but it's somewhere around that kind of arithmetic operation that it returned.
Okay,
Sorry,
yes, it
please,
is not.
ma'am. Am I the only one that can't see your screen, ma'am?
Yes,
I
you're the
can
only
only
one.
hear you.
Yeah, the only
Okay.
one I can see our screen.
You're the only one that cannot see my screen now. So now what that is that sign is a bitwise operation in Python. I'm not teaching bitwise, but it's a bitwise operation and it is used mainly. It's a binary operation. It works with the way you have binary arithmetics in mathematics. So this is used for binary operations in Python. So it is not raised to power, but it is not going to give you a syntax error. It is an operation, but it is not just normal arithmetic operation. It's for binary, use it for binary operations. That's one thing I was trying to establish. So Rose, you are not wrong. You are not entirely correct. You are not wrong, and you're not entirely. So as I was saying, sorry for that. You're not wrong, and you're not entirely correct. But yeah, it's an operation in Python, but it is not raised to power. This is raised to power. So 2 raised to power 2 is 4, 6 raised to power 2 is 36. Yeah, so that's raised to power. And okay, I think that is all. Somebody's hand is raised. Is that correct? Damlari,
Yes.
what's up?
So in the addition operation, is it possible to get say a negative number?
Yes, sir. It's possible now. Is it? No. Let me not say yes. Let me. Oh my goodness. No. I'm sorry. My answer is neither yes or no. Is yes, it's possible. No, it's not possible. Let's try it. So I don't want to be giving you theoretical answer. Oh yes or no. When we do it, it sticks faster. So on what condition do you think that we would have a negative number? In addition, now, give us a mathematical expression that we can run that you think that mathematically speaking, it should have given us a negative value.
Say 6 minus 10.
Take that again.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do subtraction now. I meant subtraction actually. 6 minus 10. Say.
Okay. You meant subtraction. You said 6 minus 10. Okay, 6 minus 10. Okay. So yes. Can you see?
So what if we have something like minus 6 divided by 10? Or
Minus
something.
6. Minus 6 divided by 10. Do you do division or minus values? Mathematicians. Minus 6 divided by 10.
yes.
There are different kind of crazy mathematics. So.
Okay. Don't mind me. I was a medical student in uni. I only did mathematics at the board course in 100 level. So yeah, I've not done mathematics in the last 7 years, I guess. Yes, 7 to 8 years now. I've not done mathematics. So okay, this is what you have. So yes, this is correct. You can have negative value. in your addition, your subtraction, your multiplication. Just what is applicable in your mathematics, sha. Yeah. I think that answers your question. Luada, do you have something else to ask me?
Nope. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. I hope you were able to follow through the class, and the class was not. I'm not leaving you. Who am I leaving confused that we started? Like now, you are leaving this class, and in fact, you are even more confused that I started this class. A show of hand, please. Okay. So I'm assuming that nobody thinks that we have performed magic in this class. Abibat, there is a thumbs down. Care to explain why? Abibat. Okay, that's a mistake. So I want to assume that everybody in this class, even though we started writing pattern, yes, Madam Larry.
So, Divine typed something in the comments box. Now, I'm thinking maybe we can quickly try that also and see whether it will work.
Go and try it on your own. You have a system. You're using your system, Abby. Please try it. I want you to try your hands on any possibility that comes to your mind, so that it's not like, please. I want to assume that some people are coding along, or have I just been talking to myself? I've not coded. If not that you've not been coding along in this class, let me see a show of hand. Let's address that fact. You've not been coding along in this class. Okay, Ibrahim. And your reason for not coding along is because you're not with your system. It's not because you're not with your system. You're with your system, you're in this class, and you're not coding. A show of hand. Mirabel. Okay. So now let me take that again. You're with your system. I know there are peculiar cases of people that are not with their system. You're with your system, you're in this class, and you're not coding. That's when I want to see a show of hand. So if you meet, if it is true to any of these criteria, please let me see a show of hand. Okay. So I want to assume that people have been coding along. So yeah, if you have any combination in your mind that you think, okay, what will this work, will this not work, try your hands on it, so that way you know what operation works on all your data types, or what do you think. See, let your mind travel far wide as far as you can. Do it, type it. What's the worst you will get? You get an error message. You cannot spoil it. There's nothing like spoil. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? It will just give you an error. You clear your error, you understand, you read your error, you understand, okay, this does not work, this is not, maybe this is not syntactically correct, this is not the way it is written, this is the best way to write it. So just try your hands around, mess around with it, get your hand dirty. And I think that brings me to the end of this class, and that brings me to the end of numeric operations in this track. We move on to other things in our next class. Please, if you have any question, I have 1 minute to attend to your question before I go. Any question, please? Question. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the class. Thank you to Ibrahim. Thank you for the class, and see you. Now, before we see ourselves, do not forget that my assignment is due tomorrow by 6 p.m. If you do not submit my assignment by tomorrow by 6 p.m., you will get 0. Also, don't forget to follow instructions to the latter. Let it not be heard that, oh my, I did not know I missed. If you miss up any of my instructions, you will get 0. So now this is project. I'll be a little bit stricter compared to how I was in assignments. We're doing soft landing for ourselves. Now let's go in. Let's go all in this time around. Whose hand is raised? Mr. Ago. Don't worry. Yeah,
I know I'm submitting my own on Monday, so it means that I have to submit it to your mail, or because I know that the since it's due tomorrow, the link will be expired or something like that. So, right?
But I would still want you to be able to grade. I want to grade. Okay. I'll find out if I'll be able to unlock the link around the time. Ask them to unlock the link around the time you're to submit. But that means you have to personally be on my case. You have to be in my DM all through that time to remind me to remind the person that will unlock. That's in the case where that link is locked. You be in my DM. Remind, if you come and meet me past your submission time, don't even bother entering my DM. Oh.
No problem.
Okay. All right. I think that's an agreement. All right. Is it who that sets the communication? Okay. See, I go see. Divine does not like you. You're just beginning to find out in this class. Divine does not like you at all. But okay. I want to assume nobody has any issue regarding the assignment anymore, and we are good to go. And I should be expecting 80 and 70s tomorrow when you submit. Is that true? Somebody hand is raised. Who is that? Mirabel. Hi.
Hi. I wanted to know if I could come to your DM
Why are you in my
and
DM?
explain my issues.
Do you want to do that here?
No, that will be on Slack.
Wait, this issue, is it that you've done your assignment? You're doing your assignment. If it's anything that regards to you doing your assignment, like you've done it and you're encountering any issue, I won't resolve it for you because I'm not going to help you do your assignment. But if it's
No,
because
to help me do the assignment. I already
okay,
spoke with Divine. Is that issue I was having last time?
I thought we fixed
And my system spoiled.
Hey, voila. But now, were you in the class when I was giving my pep talk to Ago?
Today or the last class we had?
This today.
Yes, I was.
So the pep talk is applicable to you. So why are you just talking about your system and sports today?
I heard what you said. That was why like I said, I spoke to Divine. I wasn't able to talk to you. That was my mistake.
Divine is not your instructor. Divine does not have
Yes,
authority.
that's what I said. That's my fault. That one is my mistake. I erred in that part.
Communication channel. Okay. So what do you think I should do for you now?
I don't know.
Have you
That's
fixed
why
your
I
system?
said I already sent it for fixing. I'm supposed to check on it tomorrow.
Okay. I think actually we'll be okay. Come to my DM. Let's see what we'll do.
All right.
But please
Thank you.
let this is a general warning. Please let this be the last time you have issues and you wait for class before this too is applicable to you. Let today be the last time we will have issues and you wait for me to come to class before everybody start coming up with their issue. Today is a grace day because and the grace is happening majorly because I've seen people put in effort and I'm like, okay, so hair is human. All of us cannot do everything perfectly. But if this thing happens next time, there will not be grace period to submit. There will not be grace period for anything, so that all of us will understand the importance of communication. Yep. Thank you. Any other person has anything to say? Anything to say before I pull the curtain and close the curtain about this to say what's that expression? All right. Thank you everyone for tonight. Thank you for attending class. See you when we see ourselves. Bye. Have a wonderful night. Rest. Good night, everyone.